hopefully today's the day. It's Thursday, November 21, 2019, and still the last half of the rifle week. Major cold front moved in last night. We're going from mid-50s to 30. Pretty windy this morning. Rained all night, didn't turn to any ice or snow, but rained all night and just stopped this morning. So really hoping that means it's going to be a pretty active morning. I'm heading back to the private river piece. There's been some reports of big deer shot in that stretch and a lot of big deer cruising. Decided to get pretty aggressive and actually got Scar here. I'm gonna try to get him set up early this morning while it's still real dark, and I can use my headlamp and distract. Get up in the tower and get set up, and I'm planning to sit sun up to sundown up in that tower. Hopefully get something done early and be able to get out of there, but planning to be there all day, and I've got 4 days here to try to get this done. And yeah, I'll check in once we're set up. Okay, well, it's pretty short. As you can see, the action's going this morning already. Just had 2 decent does and a couple fawns within 10 yards of the tower here. And you can maybe see on the video, they kind of pushed back into the woods. They were looking down timber from me. I don't know if there's something coming, so I'm gonna cut it short and try to pay attention, but it's either that or they kind of got downwind of the tower, and they very well could have smelled something. So, hopefully that's a sign of good things to come here. It was pretty cold right now, and very windy. Rained all night. As you can see in the video, all that water, standing water. So I'm hoping they're just really starting to move around, and they're going to move through the mid-morning. But better get off here and keep my eyes peeled just in case that buck comes in. else and just shoot my deer. So here you can see a scar set up to my northwest. For the record, we did hear those two big rifle shots straight northwest of me. I'm not sure that was actually on the other side of the river or not. That very well could have been in this piece. My experience here is there's just no activity here in the morning, especially out here in the open. It's always in the evenings, so I'm going to get down kind of early, and I'm actually going to walk this perimeter where I'm certain that they don't bed. I'm just going to still hunt it. It's super windy, so I'll have some noise cover. I'm just going to take my time and go real slow and still hunt around this perimeter, trying to get back to the river strip where I'm pretty certain that the big bucks bed. Maybe I can get back there and even see them bedding, or kind of mulling around in that area. But I'm just going to take a shot at that. I'm not going to take any camera gear, because at this point getting a deer down is much more important to me and my family than getting this on film. I will have the Tactacam on the rifle, but as far as the spot and stock, I'm not going to have the gear. Otherwise, I'll be back in here tonight, or this afternoon for tonight, to sit in this tower and see what happens. But wish me luck. Well, it took about 2.5 hours there to painfully, slowly still hunt my way around the property. And much going on in there, so I'm sure they're out bedded. Pretty good idea where they're bedded now after that walkabout, but I did that so I could grab camera cards, run home here, get some food for the road, and get the computer so I can come back to the tower here with the computer and go through the pictures and try to get a plan for the next 3 days in case something doesn't happen tonight. I will be moving Scar. I'll still be shooting on the same tower as this morning, but I'm going to move him to a different area further away, so it's not deer sitting in the same spot for 12 hours. I did take him down and hide him in the shrubs when I was walking around, just in case. So he's still hiding now. I just removed his post, so when I come back I can go set him up real quick and get back up in the tower real early, so I can look at those pictures and be ready for sunset. Hopefully something happens tonight. I ran home real quick, like I said, and scarfed some food, grabbed my laptop, and gonna sort through the camera cards here, see if there's anything that maybe tip me off to what to do the next 3 days. Otherwise, for tonight, I didn't want to get too aggressive and overshoot, so I decided to come back to the tower still. Well, I think about what to do for tomorrow, and hope that, you know, that running that was going on the other night hopefully starts a little bit earlier, and I can get some out here and get a good shooter. I mean, I did have a couple shots on Sunday night, but definitely not shooters.
maybe we'll get lucky and get some of that going on tonight with the cold weather. I'll show you here, I took Scar's horns off, so we got Scarlett sitting out there now, and I'm hoping that that will be more inviting for the other does and fawns and not scare them away. I'm wondering this morning if that group of deer saw Scar and that's why they kind of busted back. But, and also if that big buck comes in, maybe he's educated to Scar, so switch it up a little bit. Maybe he'll be attracted to Scarlett. I'm going to use that Tink 69 Hot Shot Eustro spray that we got from Ballhead Box Club box again to match with the doe decoy we got out here on the field. Just see what happens. Got plenty of time before action starts most likely, but still kind of pay attention and maybe I'll catch a cruiser. Show you if I got any good picks. Real quick, I'll show you. If you look out here, and this is where Scar is now. He was right here this morning, and now desexed and moved to the back. You've got Scarlett on the tree line much further away from the stand, so I can get away with a little bit more movement hopefully. So that first time was wrong. I got excited and seen the pictures and then I looked and that was actually the day before and the day of when I was out here with the bow and missed him. But here he is. Five days after I missed him, still on the property. Rifled by now, but at least I know he's still alive after I took a shot at him. And nothing looks wrong with him at all. Yes. After I got through the camera cards there, you can see that old Huge is still here. Was still here last Sunday, at least. That's 5 days after I had him turn bow. And in those camera pictures, just that series there, it looked like he's walking just fine. That arrow had nicked the inside of his right front leg, right just above the knee, when it was dancing around. And he limped when he was running away, but I figured it was just a flesh wound. Not any serious damage the way he ran away into the field later in the night. So anyway, I'm very relieved to see 5 days later he looked like he's walking fine, and more relieved to know that he still feels safe in this piece. I think this piece is his home. I've been filming, catching him on camera for over 2 months now. And I'm hoping that, he still feels safe in here. I don't know if he's gotten rifled or not, but I'm just taking the chance that he's still in here. Crazy about those pictures is last Sunday I was sitting in this tower at that moment. He was just 400 yards away on the piece. 9:30 in the morning, the second day of rifle just roaming around. But I've taken that as confirmation that he is bedding on that river strip. And I'm hoping after moving that spy point camera over there, that Lincoln camera, that I'll catch him going in or out of bed on that strip. They don't know for sure that I should set up there, and I might even set up there with a bow at some point if I don't see him over here during rifle. But late bow, I might go sit over there and set up there on that bedding strip and see if I can get one in bow range. But having that confirmation that he's potentially still in here and knowing that he's the alpha, I went ahead and ran down real quick and put Scar's horns back on. Got rid of Scarlett and got Scar back out there. Because I think, if he's in here, he's alpha and he's still going to be charged up. Some of those photos are him chasing deer. So, if he's chasing deer, chasing other bucks around, I think he'll still be aggressive and want a piece of Scar. That's my hope anyway. So, I guess we're selling out, going for him, and we'll just see what happens. This doe and her fawn right back here are the first deer to pop out. That doe got to that point and she is really hooked up. She keeps looking to my west. She's out what I would call the highway crossings. It's just a high trail area. Easy access roads on the ATV. And a lot of deer use it. I've got a lot of pictures of the big buck crossing right there to get out in the field. So I'm hoping we're gonna have a buck coming in here shortly. About 20, 30 yards apart. We're making their way to this field. They've got it checked up differently. One is just fixated on Scar, and the other's more fixated the other way, down the highway. But keeps looking. They both kind of got their tails down. Seem to be coming off guard. This could be a decoy gone wrong if they bust out here. Okay, well, that was, I would say, pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointed, so I'll probably keep this pretty short so I don't ramble and rant on. I just wanted to make one point that for those of you watching that are watching because you're teaching yourself how to hunt, this is kind of one of the downsides or low spots, whatever you want to say, the more difficult part. Just not having the same access as others, or not having a mentor or a father or whoever it's going to be that's helping you to get your deer, or show you what to do, show you how to do it. It's tough. It's really tough doing it yourself. And you know, I think I struggle less during bow season. One, I really love bow season. And I just like shooting the bow. And I like being deep in the woods, etc. And that kind of matches the property access that I do have. As far as this private piece is much better, I think, for bow hunting right now. Being in on top of the deer is much more likely. I think that's a tactic I'm just going to start taking with the rifle as well, and forget about this tower thing for now. And deer just aren't going to come out in that field unless they're running, and it's very random compared to out on the cut crop or something. Anyway, I feel like, you know, bow season is a little bit easier because it's kind of a win if you see deer when you're bow hunting, I feel, let alone get a shot at one. And anything you shoot with the bow feels like a trophy. And then you come to rifle season, especially here in corn country, Nebraska, and I'm not saying it's tough because there's no deer, etc. It's tough depending on your access, and it gets really tough and demoralizing because you see, you know, everybody's out there, everybody's children, everybody, whoever goes out apparently shoots a big old buck. And unfortunately, you know, it's not you. It's not me. Never is. It's very difficult for rifle. I don't have any field line or cut crop to hunt over, which makes it difficult. And like sitting there today with the 2 shots this morning that were real close to the property, and then 1 this evening real close to the property. And on both accounts, you just feel like, you know, those are probably deer that you could have gotten if you had just a little bit different access, or, you know, if they didn't have that access, maybe those deer would come in. But so anyway, the point was, it's, you know, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get on deer, and you just have to remember, when you're teaching yourself how to hunt and somebody's not putting you right on the deer, depending on the season and the access points, etc., etc., it's difficult, and it's going to be difficult. I struggle with just remembering to enjoy the hunt. The kill would be a bonus. Just have to find joy in the hunt, and that gets more difficult as it gets really cold, like today. So you're frozen all the way through, and not seeing any deer is really tough. But I'll probably take tomorrow morning off to kind of regroup, and then get back out there tomorrow evening with maybe a different attack. Just got to keep pushing. That's what makes it worth it in the end, when it pays off. But thanks for watching. We'll check back in tomorrow.